NFL fans, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, welcome back to another episode of the JL Day Show. I'm on my lunch break and I wanted to do a little mock draft for you guys for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I also want to go over all the free agents, the unrestricted ones, the most important ones, and we can kind of break down this roster and figure out where the Steelers' biggest needs are. For me, that's the quarterback position, obviously, and quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get into this 7-round mock draft for your Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It really does help us get into the algorithm. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're closing in on 15,000 subscribers. Thanks to you guys. Thank you very, very much. All right, now let's get into this Steelers free agent list. It's a pretty lofty one. 22 unrestricted free agents for the Pittsburgh Steelers, highlighted by Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, Najee Harris, and then we got some positions that are really getting depleted, like guard. 3 guards are unrestricted free agents, 4 cornerbacks, 4 wide receivers. It's crazy, guys. And then a couple other positions, not as deep as those other ones, but wide receiver definitely interests me in this draft, as well as cornerback and quarterback. For the salary cap in 2025, per over the cap, $53.26 million in cap space. Pretty awesome, guys. You know, ranks 8th in the NFL. You can't sneeze at that at all whatsoever. And they don't have a lot of dead money this calendar year either, coming in at only $45,000, which is remarkable, right? So most teams carry huge dead money weights each and every year, but the Steelers are the best in the NFL with that right now. Now, Steelers positions of need, for me, breaking down this roster, obviously quarterback. I don't think Justin Fields is an NFL starting quarterback. I think he's more of a backup. I don't think he's accurate enough to be the guy in Pittsburgh to get them to where they want to go. And I don't expect Russell Wilson to be back. Cornerback was a huge problem for the Steelers in 2024. Obviously, wide receiver Pickens, I don't know. He's got a weird attitude problem and not really productive. He drops balls. He runs bad routes. He's got a lot of talent, right? All the talent in the world. But between the ears, I don't know. Not for me. And then D-line, middle linebacker or inside linebacker, whatever you want to call it. Offensive tackle is interesting to me as well. Troy Fautanu, the first-round rookie from last year, should move back to right tackle and be healthy this year. Will he be productive? That remains to be seen. And then Broderick Jones will be moving back to left tackle. But in his first 2 years in the league, 57.3 and 58.7 in 2024, he's been pretty bad, right? So maybe going after a left tackle, not the worst decision, especially because they're picking, relatively early, I think 21 in this draft. So let's get into a full 7-round mock draft for your Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, Steelers fans, if we take a look at how the board played out, the top player on the board is Emeka Egbuka from Ohio State. Very talented player, in my opinion. Armand Membu, Gray Zabel, Scourton, not necessarily guys I love at this spot in the draft. This could be a trade down situation, but I think Emeka Egbuka is just too good of a talent to pass up here at pick 21. Incredible wide receiver for Ohio State. Let's check out his stats right here, guys. 79.5 grade. Drop rate right around 5%, where I like it. Very good against man coverage, over 1,000 yards, 10 tutties. He really can add to this wide receiver room. I like Emeka Egbuka at this pick. All right, Pittsburgh Steelers fans, we're up picking in the second round, 53 overall. We got our wide receiver in round 1. Now it's time to address the cornerback position. The top guys left on the board are Harrison, Thomas Dodson, and Kobe Bryant, who I really like. I like Noel Williams from Cal as well. All right, if we take a look at all these guys' numbers, Azariah Thomas, very talented guys, back-to-back 75 grades. Very impressive. He gave up no touchdowns this year. Only a 50 passer rating against. Look at this dramatic improvement. Very good against man coverage as well. I do love that. He's good, not great, right? I do like Kobe Bryant from Kansas. He's definitely one of my favorite guys because he's an excellent run defender, very good at man-to-man, solid coverage grade 2 around 77, completion ratio against 54.3%, force incompletions 9, coverage stops 12. He's got really, really top tier ability right now, guys. Passer rating against 62.7. Played a little bit in the slot, a little bit in the box, but mostly outside corner. 80.9 grade, 6'1", 175. Definitely a little more slender. Out of all the guys left, I do like Kobe Bryant and Noel Williams, but I think the guy that's going to fit their scheme the best is Ezariah Thomas from Florida State. He gave up no touchdowns this year, passer rating of only 50, 77.9 coverage grade, pretty solid in man and zone alike. And the best thing about him, I really like his size at this level, and he's not even 21 yet, 6'2", 198 pounds. Ezariah Thomas is going to be that big cornerback on the outside that can stop the true X wide receivers. I love this pick for the Steelers at pick 53. Now, we're here in the third round, pick 21. Guys, I want to bring in a new tight end. I want to really bring in offensive weapons, guys. And to me, Elijah Arroyo from Miami had a great year, even though he wasn't used a lot. In this limited usage, only 35 receptions, 7 of them were touchdown, guys. A drop rate under 3%. I love this pick in the third round. Elijah Arroyo is a very talented player. It's time to revamp that position, guys. Okay, now we're in the fourth round, pick 21 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Another cornerback is not out of the question as well. Jack Kaiser, the linebacker from Notre Dame. He's a true middle linebacker. They need an upgrade there. Great run defender, excellent in 2023, very good in 2024. I love this pick, guys. I think he's extremely, extremely talented. Notre Dame had a great year this year, and big ratings against good programs. Georgia, Penn State, Ohio State, very, very good. I love Jack Kaiser in this spot. Now, picking up again in the fifth round, 162 overall. Okay, we take a look at our picks. We went wide receiver, corner, tight end, linebacker, really addressing those needs. I think, maybe a running back, Kyle Monangai from Rutgers, is on the board here. I love this pick here, man. 1,200 yards. He's been 1,200 yards back-to-back years, 92 grade. He missed some time a little bit. I don't know if he was 100% healthy, but with Najee Harris being a free agent, Kyle Monangai in the fifth round, late in the fifth round, is an excellent pick for our Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, we have 3 seventh-round picks. This is about building depth within our organization, Picking a quarterback here, Tyler Sow, Graham Mertz. Graham was pretty decent for Florida, 6'2", 216. Tyler Sow had a really good year. Really, really good year. I think this is a great pick in the 7th round. Tyler Sow goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 7th round. Now, we have 2 more 7th-round picks. Isaac Tesla from Arkansas, not for me, not the greatest player in the world. Cypress II from Florida State, pretty solid guy in the 7th round. His year was kind of cut short by injuries as well, but he's been very solid over his career. Not a big interception guy, which I don't necessarily love. Bringing in another wide receiver, Truss from Georgia is interesting as too. Is Kyron Lacy going to be available? He's got a lot of talent, but he's got some off-the-field issues, so I don't know if I want to bring him into our locker room. Johnny Walker Jr., the edge defender, very, very solid player. I want to bring some more depth to this room. I like that pick here in the 7th round. And then, last but not least, pick 246 overall. I think we're doing great with this draft. I'm looking maybe another wide receiver, Cam Miller, the cornerback. Pretty solid guy for a big program, Pretty solid player, I like that pick. Another cornerback. We got 1 wide receiver. We got a running back. We got a quarterback. For me, when I look at this roster, we got our linebacker as well. Who's going to, potentially make this roster? Probably another wide receiver, Meeks from Syracuse is on the board here as well, 6'2", 210. I kind of like that pick there. Meeks from Syracuse, 81 overall grade. Big games towards the end of the year, and he's taken over a lot of games. 4 games with over 80 grades, 7 touchdowns. I like this pick late in the 7th round. All right, Steelers fans, I think we did a pretty good draft here, guys. I think we killed it. B+ overall grade. For whatever reason, the worst cornerback team in the NFL, the Steelers last year, we pick one in the second round and they don't like the pick. That makes no sense to me. But, Tyler Sue in the 7th round as the quarterback, I think that's a great pick. I love Elijah Arroyo, the tight end. So if Sue does earn playing time, he's got some weapons, man. We added Monangai, the running back. We added a tight end. We added a wide receiver. We added some cornerback depth as well. Added a couple wide receivers. I think this is a pretty good pick for the Pittsburgh Steelers in this 7th-round mock draft, guys. Let me know down in the comments below. Do you like this draft? Would you be happy with this draft? I would love to know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Peace.